What's going on, guys? So I'm back with another Sunday watch list. This should be a very interesting week. We have CPI, we have PPI coming up this week as well. And let me see, let me show you guys what else we have. So Monday, we don't really have much. Tuesday is CPI, Wednesday is PPI. Thursday, we have initial jobless claims, some Fed speaking. But overall, CPI and PPI are going to be the main things to pay attention to for this week. Looking at the charts, things are looking really, really bullish, right? We got a really, really strong closing day on Friday. If we guys go to the weekly chart, we also look very bullish, similar to QQQ. We just broke out of this bullish weekly bull flag here, and it looks like we're heading to these recent highs here near 388 on Qs. So I'm gonna cover SPY first, and we'll get into the other one. So if I go here to a 4-hour time frame here on SPY, you guys will see I drew out this yellow trend line that connects from 1, 2, 3, and we're approaching that fourth touch, right? So a clear breaking retest of that will get us to 444. 444 is a big resistance from back here. This is a major level of importance that I will be paying attention to for this week. If we can get a break and retest above that, we literally have nothing but room back up into 447, 448. Once we reclaim this 448.40, we have nothing but room back up into 451, right? So I think CPI and PPI are going to be some of the main leading factors coming into this week. Things do get bearish. I'll be paying attention to these last week's lows around 433 for a move around this zone down here. Honestly, I don't see us really getting down there. We do look pretty bullish, but just in case, right? Those will be that 433, 431 level will be the level to the downside if we break below. But as of right now, we look like we're on a straight run back to the upside. So those are levels of importance to pay attention to on SPY. 444. Watch for a clean break and retest above that. For bounces, I really like this recent zone that we just broke out of right here. This is the zone that we'll be paying attention to for bounces for sure, right? Notice how we have a rejection, multiple rejections over here. So if we can come back and hold this area, this 438, 437, this 438 area, I would definitely be looking to take bounces and go long into 444. So that would be amazing. Definitely watch the trend line as a resistance, but if we can hold here, this is a great risk reward ratio. So that's the game plan for SPY. Let's go over QQQ real quick. QQQ was amazing last week. Like, it doesn't get any better than this. Watch this. We have this trend line here. What do? We break above it, and then what do? We come back, retest, and we hold it. Once we hold that trend line, we literally shoot all the way back up into the recent highs and higher, right? So right now we are currently testing this resistance here at 378. For bounces, I will be paying attention to kind of like this area right here. It's gonna be a bigger zone, but I'll be paying attention to this area. Notice how we bounce multiple times here. Have a slight rejection here. And then, so probably like this 374, if I go to the hourly, you'll see this rejection level from Friday, 370, not from Friday, from by Thursday, 374.67 to like this bounce zone over here to 375, right? So be paying attention to this 375 level for potential bounces to see if we hold. But this looks like we're gonna have second day continuation, right? This is gonna be like a bull flag, right? Bull flag. I would like it to pull back lower so we'd get that, and then a break higher. So that's what I'll be paying attention for Qs. For the upside, the levels are going to be like that 380. Pay attention to that 380, and above that, we literally have nothing but room back up into the recent highs here. So I'll be paying attention to this level from back here, 382, 383. Yeah, like that resistance. And then from there, literally nothing but room back up into these highs. We have a slight resistance here at 385. So, pay attention to that one as well. For the most part, I'd like a pullback here, hold this level, and then we can go long into these levels. So we'll see what type of strength we show, but this looks really good on the weekly as well. The monthly chart looks like it has nothing but room back up into that recent high. Once we get above that recent high of 388, this has room to all-time highs, which is pretty crazy, right? We're already pretty close to all-time highs. Crypto's going crazy right now too. But to get into individual tickers, Apple is looking really, really strong. I'll be paying attention to this 185 level for bounces. 185 is going to be the bounce level on Apple. Or if it continues to show strength above Friday's high, this has nothing but room back up into 189, 190. So, when one of the strongest biggest name, the one of the biggest market mover names is looking this strong, it's hard to be bearish, right? So Apple looks like it has nothing but room up into 189 and then back up into 196. If it continues to show this type of strength, these weekly candles are rising up on volume, so pretty bullish overall in the week. Let's go to Amazon real quick. Amazon's recent high here is 145.85. You see that's a big resistance that got rejected once, twice. So like there's 145, 146.5. Above that, this looks like it has nothing but room back up into these levels up here. It's a big move, right? So we're getting ready for looks like another run here. 4 bounces on Amazon. Let me see. Really, a break and retest of Friday's high is going to get us up into that level. So that could be a good play on Amazon as well. Microsoft is already at all-time highs. This is a little bit harder to take plays off of because we don't know the next levels of resistances since these are the all-time highs. But the recent all-time high was 366.6. That is going to be a great level for us to take bounces off of. So watch the all-time high break and retest. So the break and retest will be 367. This 367 level, definitely pay attention to that level for a retest, or this 364.7. Really this level. Pay attention to this level. If this one starts to hold, I would take bounces off that. If not, it's probably gonna pull back a little lower to like this level, but this is gonna be the main level of importance. Nvidia looks like it's on its way to all-time highs as well, right? My overall game plan for the week is going to be SPY and Qs. So I'm going to play my full focus on SPY and Qs. So the best game plan that I've given you guys so far is SPY and QQQ. NVIDIA looks good for a retest of this recent resistance here. We're going to want to see this level hold here. Notice how we had a huge rejection here, right? Huge rejection. And what we want to do is use that level as demand now. We want to see that level hold here. So that 482 level, if we can hold that 482, it's going to be an amazing level for us to go long back up into pretty much 500. First 488, but nothing but room back up into 500. AMD, very, very strong as well. 122, once it clears that level, right? Once we clear 122, this has room back up into the recent highs up here as well. This 130, 133 area. So above 122 on AMD, break and hold above that. Because this is a supply zone. Notice how we do get rejected in this whole zone right here. But a clear break and hold of that level should get us a move back up into here. So something I'll definitely pay attention to for AMD. Meta is currently breaking these recent highs that have struggled to break above since July of 2023, right? And we're finally getting a break of it. So it's going to be like this 330 to 326 level. And above that, nothing but room back up into 352. I definitely see us getting back up into there. So, the overall market looks strong. It's pretty clear that a lot of these names are showing strength. It's just a matter of fact of finding those levels that we can take the break and retest and hold off of for the next move up, right? It's going to be this 330 on Meta. Google basically filled the gap fill already back to the upside. This looks very strong as well. Has a little bit more gap to fill up to 134. Looks really strong as well. So we'll keep an eye on that one. Let's see what Tesla's doing. Tesla's holding that weekly 200. Let's see. Tesla was the one that was a little bit slower than the rest. So this one can really pick up this week. Let's see, we can draw a trend line here. This one can really pick up this week. Actually, Tesla looks pretty good. So keep an eye on Tesla above Friday's high of 215. Tesla above 215 is actually top watch here. I actually really like this. This looks really, really good. Above 215 gives you room to 220, and above 220 is nothing but room back up into this 226, 227. Tesla looks really, really good this week. Keep eye on it for sure. This one, while everything else was really, really strong last week, this one lagged behind. So if this one picks up this week, this is going to be the name to pay attention to. Yeah, Tesla looks really good. So keep eye on it. This has room up to 220. So from 215 to 220 is a really good move, right? And if it continues to show strength above this trend line here, right, that's when it takes off and starts to come to the top of the trend line, which is 226. Gives you about a 10-point move on Tesla for the week. Netflix, of course, looks really strong as well. We're gonna have to narrow this list down, right, to the best looking ones. So above this 250, 453 on Netflix, it has a gap fill up to 470. That looks amazing too, right? Look at this gap fill right here. Above 453. So this one looks really good as well. Break and hold above those levels. Looks really good. So keep eye on that one as well. And overall, that is going to be my Sunday watch list. My main watches and my main focus for the week is going to be these because they're the overall market, right? If you catch a nice move on SPY and Qs, it kind of prevents you from being distracted with a lot of these other plays. And you're basically catching similar moves, right? So, but these other moves do look really, really good as well. So I hope you guys all have a great trading week. Let's see what CPI and PPI gives us. And let's see if this run continues, right? I hope you guys all have a great trading week.